Hi, today I want to do a first impressions video of this is the brand new Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation. I basically I pre-ordered this when it came on like QVC. I got an email from Tarte because I subscribed to their newsletter, and I believe that was like last month or something, and then it says, oh, the new foundation is gonna be on the air for QVC or QVC.com, and so I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting because I really I really don't have a favorite Tarte foundation. Yeah, I've tried their foundations, like most of the other ones I've tried. It's either like too thick. I mean, I kind of like the Amazonian clay foundation, but I just think it's a little bit too thick. And then with their shade range is usually like a little bit on the yellow side. It's like a little bit too yellow, almost like orangish on me, because usually they go by like fair, light to medium, and then medium. So usually I will get the light to medium shade, you know, and that would be too dark. So this foundation, when I ordered it on QVC.com, it came with a dual-ended brush, which I think is really nice. That's why sometimes I like to shop on QVC, is because some of the makeup brands, they have like a really nice value set which comes with a brush, and you know, like brushes like this on its own cost a lot of money. So for it to come in a set with the brand new foundation, the full size foundation, and it, I believe I paid, I don't know, it was like a, you know, like one of those like value set discount price. And the weird thing was it didn't ship until a couple of days ago. The dual-ended brush is really pretty. It's like kind of like a metal handle. I'm not sure why it's dual-ended. I didn't really watch the video on, you know, QVC.com, but like I said, I'll link the website, you know, I linked the QVC website down below. I believe it's available right now on QVC, but I don't think it's available on like Tarte.com or Sephora or Ulta. So, but I believe Tarte already came out with a foundation, the one before this one, which is also kind of new, and it's called Concealer foundation. Basically, it's like a liquid foundation, but it's like a foundation and a concealer in one, so you can use it either as a foundation or concealer. It's supposed to give you like a really good coverage without being heavy or anything. I haven't tried that foundation for some reason. I don't know. I read some reviews, it wasn't that great, and also I already have the brush that comes in with a set on QVC. That's why I didn't get it. But if you try the concealer foundation, and then can you just leave a comment down below and let me know what's your opinion on it and whether or not you think I should try it. I actually ordered this, you know, before I went on vacation, so I'm not sure if this is gonna be too light for me, because I did order this in the shade light, not light to medium. I believe if I got light to medium this time, it will actually match me better because of the tan that I got. So this might pull a bit lighter on me, so bear with me if it makes me ghostly pale or something. And I don't know if I want to like exchange it for light to medium, only because I don't know, I guess I will, you know, eventually, I mean, fall is here and then winter comes, and I'll eventually, you know, like lose the tan and I'll be paler again, back to my original NC20 shade, so the light will work on me. But I am going to backpack through like Thailand in November, so I might get a tan. I might keep the tan, you know, because it's hotter there. So I don't know, but that's just like a side note. The shade might not work for me now because of the tan that I have. But the brush is nice because one end you have this flat topped brush, kind of like the Sigma or Sigmax F80 brush that has like a flat top, right? And then the other side have a slightly smaller but slanted, also flat top brush. So I don't know why this has two-sided. Maybe one side has a slant and it will fit the crevices of your face or something, and then this one you can do like more circular, like a large areas coverage. But anyways, I'm gonna use this to apply this foundation. So the packaging is quite nice on this one. Tarte packagings are usually really pretty. So this is the Rainforest of the Sea. So they already got their Amazonian clay that's like super great, and then the maracuja oil, that's like another hit with Tarte. And then now they came out with this Rainforest of the Sea water foundation. This does has a SPF 15 sunscreen built in. So I don't know, it might leave a white cast on your face, I'm not sure, but it's SPF 15. It might not be that strong, but I don't know. But I'm not one of those YouTubers that does the flash photography, so you can see how it looks with flash and without flash. And I don't normally do like you know, wear test kind of thing, because this is more like a first impression video. For now, the retail value for this foundation alone, I'm seeing the glass bottle. It's very sleek. I do like the cap. It has this like a gradient sort of purple to gold. Just want to point out that Tarte is cruelty free. It's a cruelty free company. It has the bunny logo on the side. And then it says this product is formulated without parabens, mineral oil, phthalates, is that how you pronounce it? Triclosan, sodium lauryl sulfate, gluten, and it's dermatologist tested. And then it's interesting because this is made in Korea, by the way. Yeah, and it has 1 fluid ounce of product, which is pretty standard for foundation. This has a drop drop applicator, which is nice, because if you're familiar with the Maybelline one, or like the YSL fluid ink, I think, foundation, those don't have any drop, you know, it just literally just like a wand on the end, and then you just kind of like have to kind of scrape it and then just on the back of your hands, which is kind of annoying. This is a lot more sanitizing because it does come with a drop applicator, and then you can just do like few drops and you can customize, you know, sort of like the FX the like the cover effects, one of those new cover effects, I can't even say it, cover effects foundation, what's called, custom cover drops. You know, I have the little bottle right there. I never even did a review of it. I should, but anyway, so I'm just gonna take a little bit and I'm gonna drop it onto the back of my hand. I think I'm gonna do 3 drops since it's quite liquidy. As you can see, it's really pale because I got this really I got really badly burned, like, and now it's like a really deep tan. Never got this tan before, but as you can see, this light color is definitely too light for me. I don't know, if I really like this, I might just I don't know about the QVC return exchange policy. If it's like no brainer, if it's like hassle free, then I might exchange it to light to medium, because this is just a little bit too light for me. So I'm just going to I'm not sure what should I do. Should I dab it with, what should I do? Yeah, maybe I'll just use the flat end side, and I'm just gonna take a little bit of this and then I'm gonna dab it onto my skin. One thing is that this foundation doesn't really have much of a scent. If anything, it has like a really faint, really faint like foundation scent, if you know what I'm talking about. And I'm gonna use this side because it has more control. Just keep in mind, I put the Laura Geller Spackle under makeup primer underneath this foundation, just, I don't know, just to help, I guess, the foundation goes on a little bit smoother. But it's my first time trying out this primer, so I don't know. But so far, I feel like this gives a natural and kind of like a dewy look. It's really like a nice healthy type of dewy look. As you can see the sheen on the high points of my face as I turn my face you know, sideways. You can see that sheen. It's not like shiny, it's not oily, it's just like a really nice healthy glow. I really like it because the fact that it's not like, you know, thick at all. It's like, I like this type of foundation a lot, mainly because it's super thin. It's literally like I'm not wearing any makeup on my face, and I think that's the whole point. That's the whole point of like no makeup look, is that you can have like a whole face of like a foundation or makeup, but without looking like you spend so much time on it, or without looking like it's cakey or anything. And I feel like this really achieves that no makeup look. The coverage is quite similar to the Maybelline Fluid foundation. The only thing is that the Maybelline one gives more of like a satin to matte finish, whereas this one definitely gives a natural and glowy, like dewy look. I really like how my skin looks, because I feel like the result is kind of similar to the Tony Moly BC Dation Air Light Base. I don't know if this is like a before foundation, like a BB base or something, but I did a review of this. But this is so much thicker. This is more almost like a cream type of foundation. But it does have higher SPF in it, and then it also gives this really healthy dewy look. If anything, that one has a more of an even more dewy glowy look, which I think sometimes it might be a little bit too much, because sometimes in my photograph it looks a tiny bit shiny. I do like that though, but I feel like this one gives just right amount of like a natural dewy look, without making me feel like I look a bit too shiny or have such a like tan right now, as you can see. So but it does, but I feel like because the product is so thin, so liquidy, it kind of sinks in, melts in, and it blends in like just seamlessly. So it doesn't look like, I don't feel like I have like a mask of, you know, like lighter face and then like tanner neck or anything. Because when I'm looking at the mirror, because it's all daylight right now, it's actually 6 p.m. right now. I came back after work, but I didn't wash my face or anything to do this review. But in my neck didn't really get too much tan. It's just mainly my face, my forehead, my arms, my legs, my shoulders, my chest, and my belly. So my neck didn't really get much of a tan. So as you can see, it actually matches my neck really well, perfectly actually. And then I feel like my tan is kind of like peeking through a little bit, because I feel like this is more like a light coverage foundation. I'm not sure if it's buildable. I don't really want to build another layer, but I feel like it's thin enough to build another layer. Of course, if I have these certain spots or whatever, I would definitely go in with a more heavy duty like concealer, just to like pinpoint conceal, target conceal, instead of like you know, just going over or like putting on loads of concealers or whatever. I don't do that kind of stuff, because right now I use the Pericon MD No Foundation serum. I use this every day right now, and then this is light to medium. It blends in just right. So I think that if I get this in light to medium, it will work really well for me when I'm having this tan. But I don't dislike light either, because I think I can probably work with this as well. But I don't like the fact that I emphasized my pores on my cheek area, like right here. I can really see it, even like in this distance, and I'm not even wearing glasses. I can see the pores. That's like so much bigger, so much larger, and I don't like that. An update on the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation with SPF 15. I know I uploaded like initial like demo review video, and I just want to give you an update since I've been trying this for like at least like many months now. Initially, I got this from QVC, and with the bundle of that brush that I applied used in the demo video. I'm not a fan of dual-ended brushes, especially, I mean, with eye brushes it's fine, but with like face brushes, and then it's really hard to store like dual-ended face brushes. One thing is that you have to lay them flat, and then the other thing is that it can like flatten one side of the brush, you know, depends on how you lay it, like, you know, on in a drawer or in a container or something like that. So and it's really dense, and I feel like it soaked up all the products. Since this is a liquidy foundation, really runny foundation, it definitely soaked up a lot of products, and doesn't distribute evenly on the skin. So I would recommend using more liquidy foundation with either a dual fiber brush, beauty blender, or just your fingertips. It blends in so much better. For example, today I used the Wing Goss 01 brush. That's a dual fiber brush, so it just gives a very nice kind of airbrush look to it. And I have to say this shade Light works really well for me. So if you're NC20, somewhere around NC20, I think this will work for you pretty well. It does pull slightly on the, I guess, a reddish, like a cooler undertone. I just noticed that when I, applied it on the back of my hand, it just looks slightly more reddish than my beige undertone. The consistency is so thin, it blends in flawlessly. And the fact that I really like this foundation is that since it's so much on the thinner side, I like to mix it with my other foundations if they are either too light or too dark for me. So it's kind of almost like a mixing foundation for me, so I can kind of adjust other foundation shades that doesn't really work well for me, my skin tone. But I also like to just place few drops of this into any type of cushion foundation. When I went to Thailand, I got slight tan, and well, I already got a slight more of a tan before I went to Thailand, like in November from last year. And I took my Misha Magic Cushion Foundation with me, but that's a bit too light for me. So I decided to put a few drops of this along with the Kiko Second Skin. That's also a very liquidy foundation, and it's a bit tanner. So I mixed those two foundations. I placed few drops into the Magic Cushion Foundation, and then it ended up being like the perfect shade for me. So I think this is really good for mixing. Well, I have the Physicians Formula Cushion Compact, and I just finished using this. But since I like the packaging so much, and this doesn't have any replacement cushion, like sponge, such as the Laneige or IOP or any type of like Korean cushion compact, they have the replacement, inner cushions. So, and you don't want to, like throw away this package, but you still want to use it. So what I would do is I will actually wash the sponge inside thoroughly, and then I will, put some of this foundation, since it's a very liquidy foundation, into the vault, and then put the sponge inside and let it soak up the product. And now you have a brand new cushion compact foundation that you can take it on the go and good for a touch up, and it'll be in the perfect shade for you, since this works so well for me. So that's what I would do. Since I already finished it, that's what I would do when it comes to this type of liquidier foundation. It's just a lot easier, and it's harder to travel with this since this is in a glass jar. But I do like the drop applicator that you can control how much amount you want to apply it on the back of your hand or onto the brush or anything like that. I haven't tried the new Stila and the new Becca foundations that's in a similar type of applicator or packaging deal, so I can't really compare those two with this particular one. But just speaking for this foundation. I really like the finish. I think it's a really natural finish, and then you can achieve that no makeup look since it blends in seamlessly and it looks very flawless on the skin. It's almost like unnoticeable, that it doesn't give you any type of a cakey face. I feel like the result from this foundation is very similar to cushion foundations or even like BB creams, but it's definitely lighter in texture compared to any BB creams. So I would say the finish and the feel on the face is very similar to cushion foundations. So if you like cushion foundations but you want it in a liquid formula, I would suggest you try out this foundation. And I like the fact that now, since it's officially released on TarteCosmetics.com as well as Sephora, you have actually more shade choices. Back then, when it was only available on QVC with the brush bundles set, it only had like 5 or 6 shades, and now I believe there are a lot more shades to choose from. So that's really great, and I'll link all the information down below, as well as on my blog, artofsign.blogspot.com. It did emphasize on this dry parts of the skin. It looks a little bit flaky, so keep that in mind, that it will pick up on dry areas, dry patches. So if you just have dry skin, or you have dry patches on your skin, make sure that you moisturize thoroughly. But with any type of skin conditions, you should always hydrate your skin and really create a nice flawless base before you put any foundations on, because a base is very important. It does like quickly evens out my skin tone, which is great, but it doesn't cover up like all the flaws on my skin. So as you can see, the scars, acne scars are still there. Redness is pretty much all gone. But like I said, if you like a more natural type of finish to your foundation, this is a great foundation. I really like it. I think Tarte has a lot of like more thicker textured, like fuller coverage foundations, at least the ones I've tried. So this is sort of like a really nice addition to their foundation range, that they can offer something that's so lightweight but still provides like a decent amount of coverage. So I do recommend this foundation. I really like it. So like I said, it's available, the whole range of Rainforest of the Sea. It's available on TarteCosmetics.com as well as Sephora and Sephora.com. I'm not sure if Ulta has them now. I think Ulta probably has it too. I want to try some of the other products, such as the lip products and the facial mist and all that stuff, because it's pretty intriguing, you know. And then the packaging, I think it's really pretty. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this demo review and update on the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation. And give me a thumbs up if you like this. Oh, and then I just want to tell you the reason why I decided to upload this now instead of back then when I first got it is because it just officially released on all those like platforms, like website for you to purchase as like, you know, like an official release. That's why I feel like it's better to you know, share this video now, since everybody can get their hands on this. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Take care.